Alright, now I have been a huge Doctor Who fan since I was in high school, so it's kind of surprising that I haven't done a Doctor Who theory yet. But we are finally here, we just came the long way around. With the current season now airing, I've been looking into theories on the big twist of the season, or should I say the big Susan twist of the season. Because for those that may not know, the actress Susan Twist has appeared in every episode of this new season, as well as one of the 60th anniversary specials, playing a different character in each episode. And the Doctor and new companion Ruby Sunday have started to notice, so this isn't just a meta Easter egg for the Brits. This isn't just a joke of the UK only having like 12 actors. This character, whoever she actually is important. And I'm here today to throw my fez into the ring with the other theories on this character. So, we are going to briefly cover the most popular theories I've seen floating around, and then I'll give my thoughts on them. We'll then finish with my theory, and as of now, I have not seen anyone else coming to the same conclusion. If you want to jump right into my theory though, there's going to be chapters on the video, or you can skip ahead to the times on screen. And while you're doing that, feel free to drop a subscribe and ring that bell. We're almost at 400 subscribers as of scripting this. Let's hit that mark, shall we? Alright, as I mentioned, Susan Twist has appeared in one of the 60th anniversary specials and every episode in this current season so far. First, she was Mrs. Meridew in the 60th special Wild Blue Yonder. Then, she was the heckler lady in the Christmas special The Church on Ruby Road. Next, she was Comms Officer Gina Scalzi in Episode 1, Space Babies. In Episode 2, The Devil's Cord, she was the tea lady in the background. Episode 3, Boom, she was the ambulance interface. Notice, this is the first time the Doctor and Ruby really interact with her and saw her face. Episode 4, 73 Yards, she was the hiker lady. Ruby asks if she's seen her before in this episode. And in Episode 5, Dot and Bubble, she was Penny Pepperbean, non-companion protagonist Lindy's mother. In this episode, both the Doctor and Ruby recognize her as the ambulance interface. They're catching on to some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff going on. As of writing this script, episodes 6 through 8 have not aired yet. Now, let's get into the theories I've seen. The first theory I've seen floating around is that Susan Twist is the one who waits, seemingly the big bad of the season. The one who waits was teased by the antagonist Maestro in episode 2. Maestro comes from a pantheon of godlike beings, which includes the Celestial Toymaker, the antagonist from the same named episode back in 1966, when the first Doctor and companions ended up in his realm and they had to play a series of deadly games to win their freedom. The Toymaker returned in the 60th special, The Giggle, now in the main universe, and it seems like similar to how the alternate universe Cybermen followed the cult of Skaro back in Series 2. The children of the Toymaker and other godlike beings seem to be making their way into the main universe through whatever tear was left behind. Could Susan Twist be this powerful entity? Perhaps. But my money is on Mrs. Flood from The Church on Ruby Road and 73 Yards. She's just sitting there, waiting for the right time for whatever her plan is. I mean, she saw the entity in 73 Yards, and instead of going up to it like everyone else, she's just like, nah, this isn't my problem, see ya. Oh, and she also turns to the camera at the end of the Christmas special and says, what, you've never seen a TARDIS before? Something's up with her. I think she is the one who waits. The next theory I've been seeing is that Susan Twist is Ruby's birth mother. Ruby was dropped off at a church when she was a baby. So far, we've seen a cloaked figure leaving the area. The first time we see the event play out, the Doctor is watching her walk away. When the Doctor remembers the event, however, the memory changes and the figure turns around and points to the Doctor as if to warn him of something. Could Susan Twist be Ruby's birth mother? Possibly. But we could see her birth mother's chin, and honestly, I'm not seeing it. Her mother has a more pointy chin compared to Susan Twist, and, the bone structure is not something that's going to change with age, If anything, Ruby herself has a closer jaw outline to the cloaked figure. She could be her own mother for all we know. Now that would be a twist. Third, I have seen a theory that Susan Twist will be playing Susan Foreman, the Doctor's granddaughter from the original classic run. They even name drop her in episode 2 of the current season, which I'm pretty sure is the first time she's been referenced since the 2005 revival. Let me know in the comments if I missed another reference of her though. I've seen this theory mainly from the YouTube channel Who Culture, where Sean and Ellie break down Doctor Who episodes, Easter eggs, theories, all that. They're great over there, I love their vids, go check them out if you haven't already. One damning piece that they've highlighted is that there's an organization in present-day UK called Triad Technologies, seemingly led by an S-Triad. It's briefly mentioned in The Giggle, and ads for the business are on buses in the church on Ruby Road. The theory goes that this S-Triad person is really Susan Twist's character, Susan Triad, and we'll learn all about her in the finale. S-Triad is an anagram of TARDIS, so this person therefore has to know what a TARDIS is or be affiliated in some way. And since Susan Foreman was name-dropped in this season, she's probably going to be important. As for how, she's everywhere. Maybe she's time traveling to keep an eye on the Doctor, maybe she was split into multiple different characters across history. We've seen actors portray different characters in the show, and it's explained as spatial genetic multiplicity, so that could be the case. And then to combine the last two theories, maybe Susan Foreman is Ruby's mother. Now, onto my theory. A weird thing happens whenever Ruby is upset. She can summon snow. It's happened multiple times across the season so far, and each time other characters can see it as well. The Doctor has started scanning her in secret a la Amy Pond to find out what's up with her. Hell, she even made it snow inside the TARDIS. Well, what's another notable moment in Doctor Who that involves snow? That's right, Peter Capaldi's final episode, the Christmas special Twice Upon a Time, where his 12th Doctor incarnation, or 14th depending on how you count it, meets William Hartnell's first Doctor, portrayed by David Bradley this time. Both Doctors are at the South Pole refusing to regenerate. However, if the first Doctor, some might say the original, refuses to regenerate, then all of time gets shattered since every Doctor after wouldn't have gone on to save people and eventually get to where the 12th Doctor is as well. You know, it's a paradox. When the first Doctor decides that he will not regenerate, the snow freezes in place. Keep in mind, it only freezes in place after time gets broken. So if Ruby can make it snow, she has to be really important to all of time itself, and the snow may be a warning sign whenever she may be in a time-breaking situation, or at least getting close to one. In 73 Yards, when Ruby is sent down her alternate timeline, or whatever happens here, the Doctor disappears. If the Doctor is no longer present in this timeline now, and the snow does not fall for her ever again, it stands to reason that the Doctor is somehow important as well. At least his existence is important in the first place, since it seems like the snow being summoned is a completely new thing for Ruby. Russell T Davies has already drawn parallels to his previous work on Doctor Who as well. Ruby is a blonde companion, much like Rose. In Space Babies, Ruby's first outing in the TARDIS, she's taken into the far future, where she looks upon a planet from a station in orbit and the Doctor modifies her phone so she can call her mom, which is beat for beat what Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor did with Rose. In Boom, the Doctor and Ruby are up against a single metal robot capable of killing them on the spot, just like in Dalek. The snow potentially warning about breaking time could be a parallel to Rose breaking time in Father's Day. There are connections, be it time shenanigans in-universe or a tactic to drop something familiar to hook returning viewers. Everyone is saying that Susan Twist is Ruby's mother, Susan Foreman. But if everyone can easily come to that conclusion, then it's not really a proper twist, right? Well, I think, instead of Susan Twist being Ruby's mother, Susan Foreman, she is instead Ruby's daughter, Susan Foreman. This revelation would be a true twist, as it seems like nobody has thought of that yet, therefore it one-ups everyone's expectations. It also calls back to a well-beloved episode, The Doctor's Daughter. Now, I do not think Ruby is Jenny. That's not what I'm saying. That just provides another link to RTD's past work that reminds old viewers of that episode, much like how he's been dropping familiar moments from the past so far. If anything, Jenny would be Ruby's sister, then? Half-sister, maybe? I guess, technically. Regardless, Ruby having a child is not completely out of the question either. In Boom, when Ruby gets shot, she's asked by the ambulance who her next of kin is. She spends a good moment contemplating this, asking over and over, almost like she's panicking, like she's realizing that maybe she wants kids someday and that she's never gonna get that if she dies. And let's be real, it's right up RTD's alley to imply that Ruby's daughter nearly killed her. Now, admittedly, there are some holes in this theory. The Doctor should be able to recognize his own daughter, right? Well, remember, the Doctor lost a bunch of memories from the whole Timeless Child debacle. Perhaps some memories with his family were taken too. The Doctor never did look inside the watch after all. Or you could just chalk it up to the toy maker messing around with the Doctor's timeline, as he states in The Giggle. Now that is a twist. I mean, the Doctor even said it himself.
There's always a twist, there's always a twist, there's always a twist at the end.
But leave your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.